What's up everybody, welcome back to Mount MoGraph. My name's Matt, and in today's video we're going to be making this trendy flat logo. So this is actually extremely easy to make, and this was also my probably going to be my quickest video, I think. But I'll show you the steps to actually get this into, this is actually a 3D object. I'll show you how to get this really cool flat looking design that I think is going to be like really all over the place soon. I mean, you can make app icons with this, you can do a ton of stuff. YouTube username icons, I don't know, but I think this looks really cool, and it's using this hard shadow that I think is going to be a really popular effect soon, as same with the low poly look. So I promise I have a lot of suggestions from everybody, and I have a list, I swear, of everybody's suggestions that I'll be getting to eventually. I've just been absolutely slammed lately and haven't had a chance to sit down and make these videos. So I'm just putting this one up. It's a quick video with some cool tips in it that I think will be really helpful for somebody. So anyway, I have some cool videos actually coming on their way. I'm hoping to get 2 low poly videos up this week, as well as a car rigging video. But anyway, I'll be showing you this cool plugin today that will import your Illustrator files into Cinema 4D and make them 3D for you, and it's completely free. So I think that's pretty awesome in itself. And let's just real quick create a really short little icon or something. So I'm just going to create this parrot head again. So that was actually extremely easy to make. You can see my workflow for this incredible bird. Whoa, that's not part of my workflow, but yeah, so this is probably gonna look pretty stupid. I can, whoa, okay, I'm just gonna start this beak over. I was talking too much. Anyway, yeah, Illustrator is super easy to use if you're not familiar with it. So, and I just think it's awesome that you're able to actually take an Illustrator file now and just throw it into 3D space. This is a really great way for you to create splines. You know how like in cinema, like tracing splines can be pretty annoying. Well, this plugin I'm going to be showing you today will take away all that annoyance, and you'll be able to import anything from like sport team logos to really just a ton of stuff. I mean, you can make, yeah, sports team logos. You can do, see, like I'm talking so much that I'm having trouble drawing. But anyway, yeah, so you can do sports team logos. Like, I mean, you can import like a Knicks photo or Red Bull logo or really whatever the heck you want. And just real quick and easy, you can have that in as a 3D object. Man, that was like the most coherent sentence ever. But I hope you guys kind of got the gist of what I was trying to say. So anyway, I'm just cutting this, and I'm gonna make this a different color real quick. Should probably make these layers have no outline. All right, so there we go. I got my really simple logo. And this whole minimal style I think is going to be popular as well soon. And so I'm just going to make some quick text. I'm going to call this company Tropic. I'm making it into a company logo, I guess, but you can really do whatever the heck you want. And I'll just pick a random font. Do Eldo again. And okay, that looks good to me. And just when you have a font selected, in order to get it into Cinema, what you're going to want to go and do is click Type in your drop down here and go to, where is this? Create Outlines. And then your this will all be like a spline paths now, which will be very helpful. So I'm just going to pick 2 more quick colors here. And now what you're going to want to do for this effect in order to create a really quick little like app logo or whatever is just make the background for your logo as well right now. So I'm just going to do something like that. Looks pretty good. And I'm also going to just pick what my floor is going to look like and just get that done with while we're inside of this program. So that looks pretty good. It looks very minimal, it looks very cheesy, and it looks like it's going to be very popular soon. So I'm going to save this to my desktop just as a logo. And now we're going to hop on over to the cool stuff, and I promise I'll keep this video short. So let's go into Cinema 4D, and basically there's a link in the video description, so be sure to check, to an app, a little plugin called CV-ArtSmart, and it's made by Cineversity.com, which is like a Cinema 4D training site. which has some cool videos if you want to subscribe and pay for it, or this is offered just for a free sign up. You can get this ArtSmart plugin. So yeah, just like throw your email in there. They don't spam you or anything, I promise, and it's completely free and totally worth it. So with this plugin, the old way you had to do it was you would create an Illustrator file and had to save it as an Illustrator 8 file and only be able to import it as a spline object. But with this ArtSmart thing, all I have to do is just drag my logo that I made, and I didn't even separate it into layers, into my little art section here, and boom, it is now in 3D. And so this will work for any Illustrator file that you have. And so I'll show you a couple quick settings for this CV-ArtSmart object, and then we'll get into the cool stuff. So right off the bat, there's something called path spread, which just separates the distance between your paths, which makes sense. So you can animate this stuff by adding keyframes and just, make like a quick logo build like this, which would probably look cool if it flies, like if the camera's like here or something and all your stuff just flies in and creates a logo. You could do something like that. And then you can also change your extrude depth, which is the distance, just like the extrude object inside Cinema 4D, the width of your layer. But for what we're doing today, I'm going to set my path spread just to 0. So it's all the same, like on the same plane. And I'm going to turn my extrude depth down to like 50. Additionally in this, you can go to your caps and add a fillet cap if that is the look you're going for. So I'm going to just do 2 steps and 0.5 and 2 steps and 0.5. And what this is going to do is just round our edges just the smallest little bit, which always looks good, whether it's noticeable or not. So anyway, so in order to get our layers out of this ArtSmart thing, which I highly recommend using because it's really cool, just press C to make it editable. And so that's something they don't really explain to you, but now that I told you, I hope that's helpful. So I'm just going to drag these layers out. And now as you can see, all of my paths are actually their own layer. So now I can have this eye that floats around or whatever. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to name this layer logo, and I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees onto its back here and grab my back layer. You can go ahead and name these layers if you feel like it, but I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory, so I won't right now. And then just drag your layers and drag them up. And so this is going to start to create our little logo. I'm going to make this bottom one bigger. And so there we go. We're already starting to get something pretty cool. I can do a quick preview and check that out. I mean, these layers are all on top of each other, but in no time at all, we have this really cool 3D design. So let's just go ahead and keep making this separated just a little bit. And I mean, this is where you can really spend some time getting exactly the look you want. I'm just going to go through this real quick just so you guys can see the general workflow for importing spline objects into Cinema 4D. So anyway, let's see how this, just dragging that around. So I'll scale this up just a touch because we have some interception here. And maybe it's fine. I don't really care. You guys will get the idea. Whoa. Okay, so there we go. In about 2 minutes, I have a logo that I literally designed inside Cinema 4D. Oh crap, I forgot to show you guys one other cool thing. So let me actually go back a couple steps. I'm sorry about that, guys. And just go back into, you can just do Command Z until you have your ArtSmart object all back together. And when you're going to your object settings, you can go and click Create Materials, and that'll create all your colors for these layers. So now let's press C and just rotate this 90 degrees and just jump back to where we were. I forgot to do that, and that is one of the cool things about this plugin. So anyway, now that we have your layers all set up, we'll just do what we did, which I guess is good practice, and just set up what you want your little, I'm gonna pretend this is like an app icon for some company, so you guys can do the same thing or make it look however you wish. So just gonna drag stuff up and just give some perspective to it, and you can do this with way more complicated splines. I just chose to do something real quick and easy like this, just because it was real quick and easy, quite literally. So yeah, just have fun with it though. This plugin is really cool, and definitely can save you a lot of time. It's way quicker than just tracing objects. Okay, so now we're back to where we needed to be. So now I have this logo that I made inside of Illustrator, like I just mentioned. And we also have all of our materials that we can now go and add like a reflection to or whatever. And it'll actually happen inside of to the materials that are on the layer. If I add a light to this or something, we'll see maybe more. I put that in a horrible spot, but yeah, so these materials are completely editable as well. I don't know why my light is not working as well as it should, but we won't worry about that. What the heck has just happened? Oh, I moved it. That's what happened. All right, well, that all makes sense. Anyway, so we have this logo here, and let me show you just real quick how to create that flat style and get these hard shadows if you don't know, and also how to get like this really simple looking color scheme. So what you can do is just highlight all of your materials here, and you'll have in your attribute manager, it's going to say 9 elements selected. So just real quick, let's turn on like in our specular channel, we can just add like, no, in our color channel, let's just add a Fresnel, and just set this to mix mode of add. And as you can see, it changes all of our textures here. And you can do that for a lot of other settings as well. I'm just going to do it real simple, and we'll do a quick render. Now we have this softer look to everything. So let's just go into our settings here, and I'm going to turn off my ambient occlusion, go into effect, and just turn on global illumination. Well, in your presets, you can just set this to like exterior physical sky. That one should be fine, and I'll do a quick preview. So there's no lights in the scene, so we might not get anything yet. Yeah, we don't. So we need to add some lights to the scene. I kind of jumped the gun on that. But let's call this logo, and I hope you guys are liking this video. I know it's a little different, but I still think it's pretty cool, and you guys should be able to use it for a lot of your own projects. So anyway, we'll make a light real quick. Go into your general settings, type, and we'll make it an area, and shadow will make area. Our details, we will turn our outer radius up. We will turn, what else do we want to turn up? Our fall off, let's make that inverse square clamped. We'll have it only come out of the Z direction, and so that's going to be the blue arrow on your light here. And we'll go into our visibility and just turn your sample distance up. I'm going to turn mine to 54, I guess. I've talked about this in some other videos, but these are just really great generic light settings to just get a pretty quick and easy looking light for your scene. So we'll see how this is looking. So yeah, this Fresnel is kind of giving it that really soft glow, which I like. So let's just go into our general settings on our light one more time, and I'm going to pick a kind of sunny yellow just to give it that a little bit of a tropical vibe, since it's a tropical company. And that is pretty bad, actually. I'll turn this up, and maybe I cranked that up a little bit too much. So we just want it to brighten up the scene. I'm just going to play around with this for one more second. All right, so I'm liking how this looks. We do have a little bit of spots going on in here, which can be fixed very easily in your render settings, but that looks pretty good. I might even lift this light up a little bit and maybe move it back. And now let's create our light and to create our hard shadows. So what we're going to do is just create a new light object and just put it over in the corner. And set your shadow to ray traced hard, and that is pretty much all you're going to have to do. One thing to note though is you're going to want your light to be closer to the ground than because then like the light is only going to come out and hit stuff on the same plane as it, opposed to like the stuff on the top. So we'll just go over here and see how this is looking. Let's do a quick preview. And the light, since it's an infinite light, should be affecting our surface here. And you can kind of see the lines starting to come in. This isn't like the most pretty render or anything, but this is really just to show you guys how to do it. And you can definitely tweak some settings as well. So this is looking kind of cool. We have this nice hard shadow coming on here. And what you can do is if you want a darker shadow, just go into your shadow and turn your density up. So I'm going to turn this up to like 159. It should be significantly darker. Yeah, it looks a little darker, and our scene is dark. So what we can do is go into our render settings, global illumination, and just turn your gamma up, and that's going to make everything brighter. So let's check that out. As you can see, it's already reading everything as a brighter color. Oh man, that looks like garbage. So don't do that. Whatever you do, don't do that. Yeah, but you guys can mess around with this way more. I'm not sure what settings to change right now. I think that Fresnel is actually messing up our lighting. So maybe I can turn these off real quick, or just turn the add down. And we'll see if that helps out. But anyway, you guys can have a lot of fun with this. You can literally import anything you make inside of Illustrator into Cinema 4D and make it 3D. So that could be a Red Bull logo or your favorite sports team, and really spend some time with the lights. But yeah, go and download this ArtSmart thing and just explore it. It's a really cool little plugin, and it's totally free, so that's the best part. Anyway, this was Matt from Mountain MoGraph, and today we made these trendy flat logos. So I hope you guys liked the video. Drop me a comment or leave me a like. I do have some real videos coming. I just wanted to get something kind of cool up for today. So anyway, this was Matt from Mountain MoGraph, and get your learn on. Peace, guys.